Good morning, Christian. Hey, sorry it's taking so long to get this Alabama thing rolling. It just flew my mind, but then Peeps flew in and reminded me. So the, we'll do the basic rhythm parts. We'll do the intro part um, and the lead guitar part, and any other parts you need, you're just going to let me know. The soloing is pretty cool. We can go over the scales that he uses for the solos, and so let's get rolling. First time I heard it, I thought it was kind of very much Chuck Berry kind of groove, and the rhythm parts are, but of course they take it a little higher. We're in the key of A, 1-4-5. Remember what that means. A is the 1 chord, and then A, B, C, D. D is the 4 chord. E is the 5 chord. And it kicks off on the intro on the E. And the rhythm is that Chuck Berry thing. You're going to have to play this E bar chord with the root here on the 7th fret. I know you know that. The rest is like this power chord. You can play just these 2 strings, but I think it's better to bar across to the 3rd string. So you got this chord. And the pinky's going to have to extend 2 frets higher. So you have all downstrokes. Okay, so that's just the 2 notes. And then down to the D. Another measure of D. And on that D, it reaches up a little higher. Now, if that is a huge stretch, you can lift up the 3rd finger to get to it, or just stick with it. And then down to the A. Some of the charts say they go down to C, but I think it's really just we're in the A territory. We're on the A chord, so it'd be they do this little accent where you're playing as if you're in A minor pentatonic, and you're playing these 2 middle strings on the 5th fret. So you could think of that as a C chord, you know, but it's really just part of this A blues thing. So those. All right, so it's. Alrighty, now the structure of the song in the verse is A. 4 measures of A, 1 measure of B, 2 of D. The second one you go. That's the whole verse thing. It does a second verse, A, 4 bars, E, D, another measure of D, and then and the chorus is a little different structure. We got A, 2 bars. Get away, D, Alabama, get away. The 2 bars, get away. E for 1 bar, D for 1 bar. They do that twice at the end of the chorus. So the chorus once again, Alabama, get away, get away. Alabama, get away, get away. The only way to please me is just get down and leave and walk away. Alrighty, now you'll hear that's really the undercurrent. You got to listen hard to hear that underneath there. If you're playing the song by yourself, that's what you'd have to do. I guess it's Bob Weir. In between all that stuff, you'll hear him do things like this. 32 teeth in a jawbone, and he does this little classic rock and roll thing. Where we're here in this A position, and we just rock your finger over here to make like what's a little D chord on strings 4, 3, 2, and then we're here on what looks like that C chord, but you're going to hammer onto the 3rd string. you're doing that, of course, that's getting that A7 chord thing in there. And we'll do other things like there's a real Chuck Berry thing where we're playing on fret 7, strings 2 and 3, bend it up, release it, come down to the first finger on strings 2 and 3, down to the root. You can get that hammer in there. Okay? So that's a common thing. And he'll also just play the big slashing chords, like instead of on the E, he'll go that type of thing. But when you do that by yourself, you miss out on the... Now, if those pinky stretches are hard to do, you can do the... I lost my light here for some reason. There we go. There we go, that's better, sorry. You can play the A chord right here. You play the open A string, and you've got this finger on the 4th string, and go. And then on the D chord, making what looks like a D chord, but only playing the 3rd string and the 2nd string. And on the E chord, you got to go down to here. It's like looks like an E power chord. And do. It sounds better though, of course. Alrighty. So that's the rhythm parts, and I'll come back and do some of the other stuff.